86% from the line. That's the 1,002nd point of his career. Gives the Cats a 6-0 lead. Justin Mullins in for the Wildcats. Another free throw attempt coming here for Leach. It's good. And the Cats out to a 7-0 lead. 16:51 to go first half. So let's see how they do with McCollum in there now. He's got the ball for the first time. Gives it off to Terry. Now McCollum to Dongo. A skip pass across to O'Brien. O'Brien bangs into Barry. Barry holding his ground, trying to get a shot up. Tough shot. He missed it. Rebound grabbed by Barry. Great defense there on the ball by Ty Barry.
Absolutely terrific. Just walls him off and doesn't let him, makes him take the tough shot.
Oh, now a bobble by Leach, and that's going to be an over and back on the pass from Justin Mullins at the 16-14 mark. That is the first Northwestern turnover. The Cats really good in that department. They only had 4 turnovers against Illinois last game.
And that's what it takes to beat a ranked team that's been playing really well, taking care of the basketball.
Duncan Powell in, 6'8 junior in for Georgia Tech. Still looking for their first points. Here is Dongo, guarded by Leach. Hands it off on the drive. Terry. Leach takes him as they switch. Now Mullins takes him. Looks to his left. There's McCollum. Fakes the three. Step back three in the air. That's a shot clock violation. They wave it off. And we get our first timeout with 15:53 to go here in the first half. It's time for our Athletico Physical Therapy Injury Update. In pain, start with Athletico. Visit athletico.com to request your in-clinic or virtual free assessment. No injuries to report for the Wildcats. Kawasi Reeves, a junior guard, remains out for Georgia Tech. Minnesota has thousands of trails for cross-country skiing, fat biking, snowshoeing, and snowmobiling. Minnesota's cross-country skiing trails offer more miles of skiing than a trek from St. Paul to the West Coast and offer 22,000 miles of groomed trails for snowmobiling. Learn more at exploreminnesota.com. Northwestern leads Georgia Tech 7-0, 15:53 for the half. This Northwestern basketball presented by Wintrust from Learfield.
When I got sick, I spent years looking for answers, but it only took one conversation with my team at Northwestern Medicine to correct my misdiagnosis. I'm Daniel. When Parkinson's changed my life, so did my Spanish-speaking care team.
The Northwestern Medicine Parkinson's Disease and Movement Disorder Center offers specialized, culturally sensitive care. Their Spanish-speaking team was the first to provide Daniel with innovative treatment in the language he preferred. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Hi, I'm Roy Spencer with Permaseal. Don't spend another winter with your home colder than it should be. Call Permaseal today for a free consultation. Our skilled technicians will measure the amount of heat loss in your home, recommend solutions to save you money, and make your home more comfortable. Act now and take advantage of utility rebates up to $900. Call Permaseal for your free estimate, 800-421-SEAL, or visit permaseal.net.
Don't best for P and better Permaseal.
Now, let's get you back to Wildcat basketball. Here's the voice of the Cats, Dave Ennett.
The Cats are back on the court at Metra's here to get you to the game fast. Metra Fast, with a station minutes away from Wells Ryan Arena. Metra's your number one choice for getting there quickly, comfortably, and safely. Metra, a proud partner of Northwestern men's basketball. Mentioned that Javian McCollum suffered a concussion against Cincinnati. That was back on November 23rd, and he's missed the last 4 games. He began his college career at Siena, then played last season at Oklahoma, and now has planted himself in Atlanta with these Yellow Jackets. For the Wildcats, Barnheiser, Martinelli, Mullins, Nicholson, and Leach. 7-0 Northwestern, Wildcat ball.
And the Cats have started off very sharp on both ends of the floor, Dave, offensively and defensively. Doing a terrific job on the defensive glass, ensuring that the Yellow Jackets only get one shot at the basket.
Ryan Mutombo is in. Here's a handoff from Nicholson to Leach. Puts up a 15-footer, leaning. No good. And Mutombo, who hasn't played yet this year, transfer from Georgetown, gets the rebound. And yes, he is, if you're wondering, the son of Dikembe. Now here is McCollum with a quick touch. And now a steal by Barnheiser. Off the pass from Duncan Powell. And ahead. And Mullins goes up for the shot. Goaltending the call. Count the basket for Justin Mullins at the end of the break. He flew to the basket.
And what a great bounce pass, about 3/4 of the court by Barnheiser to Justin Mullins, who takes it to the rack.
9-0 Northwestern. For the Wildcats, Luke Hunger replaces Nicholson. Georgia Tech, almost 5 minutes in, still looking for their first points. Here's McCollum. Off to Terry. Terry played by Mullins. Gets a little screen from Powell. Bodies hit the floor as Terry, floater in the lane, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch, Georgia Tech.
Now
the Yellow Jackets are 0 for 6 shooting in this game, and the Cats have it up 9-0.
And it's one of the things that really kept them in the game against North Carolina. They played great defense against Carolina, and now the Cats turning the tables on them here at 5-4 and playing great defense here in the first 5 minutes of the contest.
Jaden Mustafa, 6'5" freshman from Bowie, Maryland, in. Here's Leach, bouncing. Hunger, baseline jumper, good by Luke Hunger, the mid-range jumper. It's 11-0 Northwestern.
A pick and pop move on the right baseline. The big Maple knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Here is Mustafa giving it off to George, who gets it back from Powell. And George against Mullins. Back he goes. Here's a leaner, no good. And the rebound is taken by Martinelli for the Wildcats. They're 0 for 7 now. And here's Martinelli, turns the corner, gets inside, can't get a shot up. Dumps it Barnheiser, shovels to Hunger on the right block, and his shot is deflected out of bounds. I think I said that last shot was George. That was McCollum. And here comes George back in, and Leach goes out. Kind of high up here, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. I was going to tell you, my nose is starting to bleed up here a little bit. Great seats, buddy.
Yeah. We must be in the front row. Here's Barnheiser. Into Martinelli behind the three-point line. Nick looks for Berry, who's checked back, gives it off to Mullins. Back to Ty. He'll measure a three. No good. And the rebound pulled down by Mustafa. Stop and go dribble. Gets inside the arc. Looks around. Gets the ball back. And now he'll send it across on the near side to George. Left to the lane, Powell against Berry. And a skip pass back out. An open three is good, and they finally get on the board. It's McCollum knocking down the three. And after an 11-0 start, finally a field goal for Georgia Tech. 11-3 Northwestern. Now here's Hunger beyond the three-point line to Martinelli. He'll try a three. He answers. There's one right back at him. A three-pointer for Nick Martinelli, his second of the game. It's 14-3. Now at the other end, McCollum. Low on the left to Powell, and his bounce pass stolen. Deflected, and then Hunger picks it up. Ahead to Barnheiser. Brooks into the paint. 12-footer up, no good. Left it short. Well, the rebound pulled down by Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Brooks looked like he was going to pass that and decided to shoot it at the last minute, which is why it ended up a little short.
Barnheiser 0 for 3, uncharacteristic. Right of the lane, here's Powell against Berry with his back to the basket. Now he feeds a bounce pass inside Mutombo. Jump hook, good. Mutombo with his first points of the season, and it's 14-5 Northwestern. 12:33 to go first half. Martinelli walks the ball up. Picked up by Mutombo. Gets it to Mullins around to the right wing. Barnheiser low on the right. Hunger against Powell. Little size advantage there. Out to Barnheiser for three. It's short. The rebound taken by Georgia Tech. Bringing it down is George. And George into the paint, kicks it out. Mustafa under the basket. His bounce pass kicked. And it will stay with Georgia Tech.
Cats look like they had come up with another steal there as they sealed off the baseline, but Ty Berry was almost standing on the baseline when he picked up the deflected pass.
Powell and Mutombo go out. Onwuchekwa comes in along with Dongo. Martinelli gets a breather for the Wildcats. Inbounds pass saved right to Leach ahead of the pack on a fast break. He'll run in and throw it down.
Well, the Cats really forcing the turnovers here and taking advantage of them early here, up by 11.
5 turnovers, 6 make that, and it's 16-5. At the other end, here's Dongo against Leach. Little contact they play on the left baseline. And there is the first Northwestern foul. It comes at the 11:39 mark, and that will get us to a timeout here in Milwaukee, and the Wildcats with an 11-point lead. Cats fans, Northwestern trusts IAS branding with the Wildcats brandlet. IAS branding, proud partner of Northwestern Athletics, made the solution for your branded merchandise and promotional products. Visit iasbranding.com to learn more. 16-5, Northwestern leads Georgia Tech. 11:39 to go, first half. It's Northwestern basketball presented by Wintrust from Learfield.
Hey, Northwestern fans, enjoy a meal at Wildfire, a 1940s-style supper club featuring steaks, chops, and seafood. Try one of Wildfire's signature dishes from our all-American menu: horseradish-crusted filet, Wildfire chopped salad, roasted prime rib, and cedar plank salmon. Dine in and take in the smells from the wood-burning oven, or watch our chefs in action at our open kitchen. Lunch, dinner, carry-out, and private parties. Stop by any one of our 5 Chicago-area Wildfire locations. For reservations, visit wildfirerestaurant.com.
Ozinga is a fourth-generation family-owned American business that provides quality bulk materials and diverse concrete solutions delivered where you need it, when you need it. With the help of our extensive network of transportation services, including truck, rail, barge, and ship terminals across the Midwest, Ozinga makes a positive impact on individuals, their families, and the community for generations by providing concrete, aggregates, and cement that help build a better future. For more information, visit ozinga.com.
Wildcat fans, Game Day Spirit has you covered lakeside, south of the field, in-store, or online for the best Northwestern Game Day essentials. Shop top brands like Under Armour, Champion, and Tommy Bahama. All at the official fan store of the Northwestern Wildcats. Shop in-store at 1807 Central in Evanston, or online 24/7 at shop.nusports.com. Game Day Spirit, where Wildcat fans shop. When you're out of town and want to keep up with live college sports, be sure to download the new Varsity Network app, available for both Apple and Android. Listen to college sports live with the Varsity Network app. That is really a great app. Have you ever listened to it?
I have not.
You should. You should download it.
I'm going to do it today, Dave, as soon as I get home.
You can listen to all kinds of games around the Big Ten, around the nation. 6th meeting all time between Northwestern and Georgia Tech. Cats won the most recent meeting. That was back at Welsh Ryan Arena, November 28th, 2018, 67-61. They lost in Atlanta the year before. Remember that game, 52-51, a heartbreaker. Wildcats lead the series 3-2. All 5 previous meetings occurred in the now defunct Big Ten ACC Challenge. They were regular matchups in that event over the years. Here it is 16-5 Northwestern. It'll be Georgia Tech ball. 11:39 to go first half. They will inbound it. Baseline left. And a high lob. It's caught by George beyond the 3-point line. A hard screen set, but Leach fights through it, shakes it off. Cross-court feed for McCollum. McCollum back on the near side to George. Lobs it inside Dongo. Quick turnaround jumper, good by Dongo. And it's down to 9 points, 16-7. Dongo with his first points of the game.
Yeah, good decision by Dongo that time to not take it all the way to the basket because the Cats had the play sealed off.
Barnheiser, a wide open jumper, top of the key, no good. Would have been a long deuce. Rebounded by George. So brings it down for Georgia Tech. Now a jump pass right side. They get it low on the right to Dongo against Hunger. Shot fake, drives in, lays it in as he drives past Luke Hunger on the right baseline. With the lead down to 7, 16-9.
Yeah, and Luke fell for the pump fake on the baseline. Make him shoot it from 18.
There's Hunger now to Leach behind the 3-point line. Backs it out on the dribble near that Bucks logo. 10.5 to go first half. Leach spinning, gets inside, goes up for the shot, and rattles off the rim. No good. Back tapped to Mullins, and now Barnheiser. His shot is rejected, but a blocking foul called. Foul called on Mustaf. That's his first foul. That is the third team foul on Georgia Tech. And Brooks Barnheiser, who so far 0 for 6 shooting, and he's had some wide open looks. He will go to the free throw line where he's an 88% shooter. First one's good. He's on the score sheet.
And he's getting good shots, Dave.
Yeah, oh yeah. Martinelli and Nicholson in. Hunger and Mullins out. Another free throw attempt coming here for Brooks Barnheiser. Playing in his 7th game of the season. And it's good.
Well, good way for Barnheiser to get on the scoreboard. 0 for 6 right now, getting some good mid-range shots. A couple of long misses, but getting to the free throw line again gives you a little more confidence in getting your stroke.
18-9 Northwestern. Here's a missed layup, rebounded by Barnheiser. The shot was missed by Duncan. And a lead pass Nicholson there, missed the layup.
Looked like he might have been
the
pushed.
other way. Yep, he was shoved out of the way. And at the other end, there's a block by Barnheiser. Martinelli scoops up the loose ball. Cats have numbers. Martinelli into the paint. Out it goes. Leach for 3. Good. Jalen Leach, a spot-up 3 from the left wing. And it's 21-9.
Georgia Tech with a block. Cats come back with aggressive defense and a block, and they strike in transition from long range.
Wildcats with the 12-point lead. They get out to an 11-0 lead in this game. Now at the other end, a handoff to McCollum, played by Barnheiser. Gets it back. McCollum in the paint. Out it goes. 3 from the right, no good. And the rebound scooped back up by O'Brien. Shot clock at 15. O'Brien driving, shoots over Nicholson. A foul is called as O'Brien hits the deck. The shot did not go.
On that defensive sequence, one of the few mistakes the Cats have made defensively, allowing the ball to go to the middle 2 times. And as a result, Nicholson picks up his first foul.
That is the second team foul. And O'Brien at the free throw line. O'Brien 60, well, he's only attempted 3 free throws this year. He's made 2. Knocks down that one. O'Brien, 111 games at Colorado, averaged about 5 points a game. Barnheiser gets a breather for the Wildcats, who have Mullins in, along with Berry, Leach, Martinelli, and Nicholson. Another free throw attempt here for O'Brien. It's good. His first 2 points of the game. 21-11 Northwestern, 9:05 to go first half. Here's Leach. High on the left side to Martinelli. Return feed for Leach. Leach drives to his right, tries to lob it back out. It's tipped and stolen. And on the run, here comes Georgia Tech. Terry out on the left side, and another turnover on the sideline. This time it's Terry who turns it over, stepped on the boundary and turns it over.
And for an experienced player, redshirt senior, you don't like to see those kind of mistakes. And that's the second violation they've had in that exact spot this first half.
7 turnovers by Georgia Tech. 10-point lead for the Cats. Here's Leach to Martinelli. Thought about the 3. Drives in, short jumper, off the rim. Won't go, and the rebound, but Tumbo is checked back for Georgia Tech. And at the other end, here's George out of the right corner, chased there by Berry. Feeds it to O'Brien, cutting down the lane. Missed the shot, but a foul is called. He and Nicholson kind of having a little exchange afterwards.
Welcome to Milwaukee, no doubt.
Could be.
Think about this Georgia Tech roster. 2 players on their roster whose fathers have had impact in the NBA. Dikembe Mutombo, may he rest in peace.
The foul on Mullins, by the way. Free throw good by O'Brien. First on Justin, and a third team foul for the Wildcats. Nicholson is out. Hunger back in. Another free throw attempt here for O'Brien, who's 3 for 3, and make it 4 for 4. And Georgia Tech cuts it to 8 points with 8:20 to go in the half. 21-13 Northwestern. Martinelli handles the ball across the midcourt line here. Picked up by O'Brien. Bouncing for Hunger at the 3-point line. Pivots, looks around. Couple of dribbles. Wants to get rid of it. Hands it off to Leach. Leach right to the basket and draws the foul.
Good two-man play outside, and Leach gets a half a step on the defense and just turns the corner and blasts his way to the basket.
Wildcats fans, score a basket for your taste buds on game days with Odyssey Brands, Greek yogurt and feta cheese made by 4 generations of master cheesemakers and available at your local grocer. Northwestern leads Georgia Tech 21-13. 8 minutes to go, first half. This Northwestern basketball presented by Wintrust from Learfield.
We love Wildcats, yes we do. We love Northwestern. How about you?
Oh yeah, I love the Wildcats.
Prove it. Bet he doesn't even have a Wildcats debit card.
Don't let this happen to you. Open a Northwestern Wildcats checking account from Wintrust Community Banks and get a $300 bonus with qualifying activities and score an exclusive Wildcats debit card. Visit wintrust.com/Northwestern today.
Hey everyone, I'm getting mine now.
Hey, all right.
Wintrust, the official bank of Northwestern Athletics. Only $100 required to open. No minimum monthly balance or maintenance fees. Member FDIC.
When you need to sell quickly, choose Grandview to buy your home, even if it's less than perfect. Don't waste time and money on finding a real estate agent and dealing with showings. We'll buy your home completely as is. No repairs, not even a clean out. Grandview Homes gives you an offer in hours, and we close on the day you choose in as little as 10 days with no closing costs. Visit GrandviewHomes.com for your fair cash offer today. Grandview Homes, the fastest and easiest way to sell your home.
You're listening to Northwestern Wildcat Basketball. Here's the voice of the Cats, Dave Ennett.
Ozinga's purpose is to make a positive impact in the community, which is why they are the proud sponsor of the Together Building Better promotion. For every point the Northwestern men's and women's basketball team scores this season, Ozinga will donate $1 to the NU Dance Marathon. Thank you, Ozinga, for your support in this great cause. Go Cats. Let's find out what else is happening on this Sunday. Back in our studios, Mark Carmen.
One other final in the Big Ten, Dave. Iowa beating New Orleans 104-57 in Iowa City. Couple of games coming up. Oregon and Stephen F. Austin, that tips at 5. USC hosting Montana State at 7. Bunch of local action. We'll tell you about it at halftime.
All right, thank you, Mark. Here it is, Northwestern 21, Georgia Tech 13. By the way, listener texts that we're sounding great on the Varsity app. Out of state, listening to you and Billy. See, so that's a great way for out-of-state listeners to listen to our broadcasts.
No, that's all there is to it, Dave. I'm going to download the app when I get home.
That's being a team player.
You've given me the advice.
Jalen Leach will be at the free throw line after the foul on Mutombo. Ryan Mutombo played 54 games at Georgetown. I don't remember if he played against the Cats in that game in D.C. a couple of years ago. But Leach will be at the line. Jalen Leach so far with 7 points. 2 for 2 from the line. Well, he made some big free throws the other night against Illinois. Free throw good.
The Cats doing a terrific job holding Georgia Tech to 28% shooting, 29, 4-14 from the field here in the early portion of the game.
And he makes a both. It's back to a double-digit lead, 23-13. Leach now with 9. Georgia Tech brings it up. Here's Terry, the hand off to O'Brien. Back to George. George high on the right side. George, high lob, one-handed, great play. And driving in and scoring is Terry. Wow.
Heck of a move by Terry.
I think that's a catch any NFL wide receiver would be pleased to make.
Had to double pump to get it off and avoid committing a charge in the process. Nice move.
Mullen circles left, feeds Barry. Low on the left, there's Martinelli. Missed the shot. It's tipped around and controlled by Georgia Tech. Chance for the Yellow Jackets to cut it to 6 here. McCollum. And another sideline violation. Again, Terry steps on the boundary, and Georgia Tech turns it over for the 8th time.
And that's his second violation as the Cats' rotating defense was forcing him to put the ball on the floor.
So the Cats bring it up, leading by 8, 23-15, 7:10 to go first half. Brooks Barnheiser. Right of the lane, backs his way in, still working, turns to his right, puts up a jumper, it's short, and rebounded by Mutombo. Here is Nathan George. to the front court, chased by Mullins. Jump pass to O'Brien. He steps out of bounds. Is this a regulation court, Billy?
The court is shrinking. I was just thinking the same thing, Dave.
I mean, I know, this is maybe not as large as some arenas, but the court's the same size. 6:47 to go first half. Here's Leach. Little contact. He drives all the way under the basket. A blocking foul called on O'Brien. I mean, the turnovers piling. 9 turnovers, and yet the Wildcats have only cashed in to the tune of a 4-0 advantage in points off turnovers. You kind of feel like they should be taking further advantage of that discrepancy. 9-2 in turnovers. Leach inbounds it to Hunger, hands it back to Jalen, screens for him, fakes the three, doesn't take it. Barnheiser will, no good. Back tap by Hunger to Mullen, short jumper, rattles off the rim, no good. The rebound controlled by George.
Boy, Brooks is having one of those tough first halves.
Now from the right corner, a step back three. McCollum won't go. Rebound Mutombo. Mutombo shoots over Hunger. He missed it. Rebound to the weak side, Barnheiser. Brooks will bring it down. Gets a screen from Hunger. Brooks into the paint, is passed back out, deflected out of bounds by Terry. Brooks Barnheiser 0 for 8 shooting. 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Mutombo out and Dungo back in.
Some young, promising big men for Damon Stoudemire. A rambling wreck from Georgia Tech.
Well, not Mutombo. He's I think in his last year of eligibility, but certainly Dungo.
You sure?
Yeah, well, no. You're never sure these days. Here is Leach. Drives to the right, pull-up jumper, won't go. Rebounded by Terry. Underhand scoop to McCollum. McCollum left point. Drives past Mullins, kicks to the corner. Mustafa three. Off the side of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Dongo. Heaves it back out to George. Shot clock 15. George to the right wing. Fires it inside. Mustafa. Short jumper is good. And a timeout. Chris Collins is not happy as it's down to a 6-point lead for the Wildcats with 5:27 to go here in the first half. 23-17. Cats have missed 6 straight shots, 9 out of 10, and they've gone 2.5 minutes without scoring. And meantime, the Yellow Jackets have been whittling away at what was a 12-point Northwestern lead.
Yeah, Dave, that's what you're talking about, not taking advantage of the turnovers, points off of turnovers, and now the Cats shooting just 28% here in the first half. And this is how Georgia Tech stayed in the game against North Carolina.
The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the best tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com. See our product lineup and for a store locator. Cats will be back at Welsh Ryan Arena Saturday afternoon. After this game, Billy, just 2 games over the next 17 days, both at home. Next Saturday, the DePaul Blue Demons coming off a really impressive second half performance against Wichita State and a rather lopsided win yesterday at Wintrust Arena. And a much improved team will come in on Saturday for a 3 o'clock tip, and then Cats will wrap up non-conference play on the 29th and come back for the Christmas break and take on Northeastern.
Well, always a feisty game between Northwestern and DePaul. I'll get to see my buddy and former NBA teammate, Dave Corzine.
Retiring his number just as Northwestern retired yours. Here is Martinelli, left point to Nicholson, and shot back, hands it to Leach. Now Mullins, wide on the right side, back to Leach. Now to Barnheiser, curling into the paint, and there's an offensive foul call. Offensive on Barnheiser. The Cats right now are out of sync, and their lead is down to 6 points.
Well, and the out of sync is just missing shots. Really good shots around the basket. Barnheiser has really struggled from the field here in the first half. Martinelli got off to a great start, but now Georgia Tech just whittling this league down, just like taking bites out of an elephant.
Here's Mustafa. Barry takes him as they switch, bouncing for Dongo. Nicholson gives him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line. Now he spins his way into the paint, shoots over Matt, missed it. Rebound loose on the floor. There's a fight for it. This is going to be a tie-up. It's going to stay with Georgia Tech on the arrow.
And Dongo trying to take Nicholson off the dribble, and he did a nice job of giving him space, but then challenging the shot. But the Cats couldn't come up with the defensive board.
23-17 Northwestern. Bounce pass. We'll go to Terry. Pull-up jumper, no good. And the rebound, an air ball, really. It picked up by Barry.
Just a bit outside.
As Leach will bring it up. To Barnheiser. And now Martinelli wide on the right. Got off to a real hot start here. Now Barry to Nicholson. Hands to Leach. Leach a jab step. Now starts his dribble. Leaves it for Martinelli beyond the three-point line. Drives to the baseline. All the way under. Draws a double. Finds Barry and out to Barnheiser. Three in the air. Good! Finally, Brooks Barnheiser 0 for 8 and 0 for 3 from 3. Knocks one down. The lead back to 9, 26-17.
And give the assist to Ty Barry.
And at the other end, the Cats knocked the ball away from Georgia Tech, but a foul is called as they got the ball away from McCollum, and we get a timeout with 3:58 to go in the half. Northwestern basketball is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. Northwestern 26, Georgia Tech 17, 3:58 to go first half. Northwestern basketball presented by Wintrust from Learfield.
Attention Northwestern University, looking for the perfect place to stay during your next visit? Welcome to the Gym Museum Suites in downtown Evanston, where history meets modern luxury. Our newly renovated all-suite hotel features spacious accommodations ideal for students, staff, and families alike. Each suite is tastefully designed with modern amenities such as full kitchens, dishwashers, and in-unit washer and dryers to make you feel right at home. Book your unforgettable stay today at www.thegymsuites.com. Discover the hidden treasure in Evanston at the Gym Museum Suites. The Gym Museum Suites, your home away from home.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for the players every game at Welsh Ryan Arena. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup or for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, the official hardwood floor care provider of Northwestern basketball.
Now, let's get you back to Wildcat basketball. Here's the voice of the Cats, Dave Ennett.
Keep up to date on the Wildcats by downloading the Northwestern app. Receive game day updates, news for all your favorite Northwestern teams. Access your mobile ticketing account and order in venue for the comfort of your seat. Search for the Northwestern Wildcats on the App Store and Google Play Store today. Dave Ennett, Billy McKinney from Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. 26-17 Northwestern leading Georgia Tech with 3:58 to go. Foul on Jalen Leach of the Wildcats, his second foul, the 15th foul here at the 3:58 mark.
And the Cats have really done a really nice job this afternoon of playing aggressive defense without fouling. 3:58 remaining. But as we've talked about, Dave, here, they haven't been able to convert on all of the turnovers that they've forced here. And they're shooting right around 31% here in the first half, which has made their lead go from 12 down to 9 here.
Wildcats coming in second in the Big Ten and 18th in the nation in fewest turnovers per game. 9.6. And that's come down quite a bit the last few games from where it was early in the season. You remember the Dayton game, they had a boatload of turnovers, only 3 here today compared to 9 for the Yellow Jackets. Georgia Tech will have the ball after the 5th Northwestern foul.
And Chris Collins has really emphasized that point of how those turnovers causes you to lose tough games.
No doubt. Inbounds pass will go to Dongo beyond the three-point line. Nicholson, Martinelli, Barnheiser, Mullins, and Berry for the Cats. They'll send it to McCollum. A left side angle three is no good. Rebound fought for, and that's going to be a tie-up. Justin Mullins, great play on Terry to tie him up, and the ball this time goes to the Wildcats on the possession arrow.
Yeah, Terry with a really nice rebound, but Justin Mullins, just as he brings it down as he's landing, just ties him up. A very smart play by Justin Mullins, who's done so many nice things defensively for the Cats this season.
Barnheiser brings it up 3:42 for the half. Cats by 9, 26-17. They've led by as many as 12. They've led throughout. Here's Nicholson behind the three-point line against Doggo. Hands to Barnheiser, jogging left, starts back to his right, finds Berry. Catch and shoot three, no good. Tip back up, no. Fought for, saved by Mullins, no. Out of bounds to Georgia Tech. He tried to save it on the baseline. Well, Ty Berry had an open look there at a quick release three-pointer, and then Martinelli kept it alive momentarily for the Cats.
Yeah, going to his left. I'd love to see him get that same shot going to his right so he gets back into his normal shooting rhythm. They're going to need his shooting as the year progresses.
There's George, pounds the dribble, gets a screen, hooks it to Terry, makes the three, jump stop in the lane. His shot in and out. Rebound fought for, grabbed by Barnheiser in traffic. Brooks will bring it down. 3 minutes to go to the half. Here's Barnheiser, pulls up three-point line. Gets a screen from Nicholson. Gets to the foul line. Doesn't shoot. Out to Martinelli. Long deuce. No good. Martin Nicholson gets the rebound, and he gets fouled. That might have been a three, actually. I'd take that back. But in any event, it was a three-point attempt for Nicholson, or for Martinelli, rather. But Nicholson got the rebound. Big offensive rebound, and he will go to the free throw line. Matthew, 50% from the line on the season.
And Matthew put it on the floor because he wanted to dunk it, and that allowed O'Brien the time to grab him and wrap him up. And that's why they say when you get a rebound and you're 7 feet tall, keep it high and take it right back up to the rim.
Free throw in and out for Matt.
I wouldn't know about that because I've never been tall. Or you're going to say, I've never gotten a rebound either, right, Dave?
I didn't say that. You got rebounds. Maybe not as many as Brian Ashbaugh did, but Nicholson free throw, no good. He missed them both. Mutombo is in for Dongo for Georgia Tech. 2:42 for the half. 26-17 Northwestern. There's a step back three, good by George.
Yeah,
his
tough
first
shot.
Points.
Yeah, tough shot. Now that lead down to 6.
26-20 Northwestern, 2:28 to go to the half. Barnheiser brings it across the midcourt line. It's a screen from Nicholson, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Matthew Nicholson. Moving screen. That's his second foul.
And one of those unforced turnovers that you just have to give the big man, as you're the ball handler, an opportunity to get set.
Georgia Tech, 14-18 a year ago, 7-13, tied for 12th in the ACC. Here is George, played by Mullins, out between the rings. Takes it to the three-point line. Back out on top. Return feed for George. Shot clock down to 15. Gets a screen from Mutombo, rejects it. Now he starts to his right. Jump pass and a three in the air. Good. Three-pointer for Terry. And suddenly the lead is down to 3, 26-23.
Boy, if you're Georgia Tech, you've got to be really encouraged. And Northwestern right now needs to get back on track, get some momentum going into the second half.
Luke Hunger driving to the basket, missed a layup, rebounded by Tech. And at the other end, ahead of the break, the pass too far for Terry and out of bounds to the Wildcats. So Georgia Tech turns it over for the 10th time. Cats will gladly accept that.
Yeah, and the Cats just shooting 27% here in the first half.
And here's Martinelli. No look feed to Hunger at the three-point line. Hands it to Mullins. Mullins flips to Berry. Three ball. Good. Ty Berry. There it is. Had not a split second more to shoot that time, didn't he, Bill?
A great screen set by Justin Mullins.
29-23 Northwestern, a minute 8 to go in the half. Now stop and go dribble. George inside the arc, back out. He goes to O'Brien. And now Terry circles left. Hit that three a moment ago. He'll try again. Good again. That's his second straight.
That was a deep three right in front of the crowd there, well beyond the three-point arc, the NBA three-point arc.
And at the other end, Georgia Tech foul called on Hunger. The Cats turn it over. So Hunger the foul. That's for Luke. I believe that's his first. Offensive foul. 7th team foul. Final 40 seconds here. Castano with Terry this time. And a 3-ball no good. O'Brien, 33 seconds to go. Mullins the rebound. Across to Barnheiser. Cats can work this clock down, not all the way. There's a 4-second differential shot clock to game clock. Now to 12 seconds on the shot clock here for Barnheiser. Gets a screen from Martinelli. Moves left. Barnheiser spins back to his right. Wants to shoot. Now a fadeaway in the lane. Rattles good for Brooks Barnheiser. 5 seconds to go. Now at half court. Mustaf, air ball to end the half. And it's 31-26 Northwestern, a 5-point lead here at halftime. Cats have never trailed in this game. And we're going to get to assistant coach Brian James joining us here in just a moment. Courtside, Wildcats have led by as many as 12. And as I believe we've got Coach James with us now. All right, Coach, big discrepancy in turnovers most of the half. What's kind of given Georgia Tech some life here lately?
Well, we've gotten fatigued, number one, defensively. We started off the game in a great pace, especially on defense. We got an amazing number of stops. They were stepping out of bounds. And then when we got fatigued, we haven't played in a week, we lost some of our principles. We were front the low post on the first few possessions where Ndongo had a tough time catching the ball. We were ready to double team if we need be, and then we stopped front the low post. But, so we're really struggling. We've got a couple guys in foul trouble with 2 each. Offensively, Brooks hasn't practiced all week due to a couple of nagging injuries. And, you could see the rust in his game. Now, he did make a big 3 for us late in the half, but, we got to get Nick and Jalen and other guys. We're just not playing very good right now at either end. So we just got to play a lot tougher and better.
Is the fatigue a result of having the time off and maybe even the emotional fatigue of dealing with finals?
I think a little bit of all of the above, Billy. Definitely we have not played, not on our regular schedule, not practice time the same time, but the finals definitely has had something to do with it. And then obviously when you take 7 days off between games because of finals, you're gonna not come back as the same team as you were before. So we've got to get our mojo back, and we've got the offense in front of us, but we're gonna have the defense at the other end. So we've got to be able to guard them. We got to have hands in their faces, and we got to stop the dribble drive, get the ball out of the paint.
All right, Coach. Thanks. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
That's Wildcat assistant Brian James. Halftime, Northwestern 31. Georgia Tech 26. We'll be right back with the halftime show brought to you by the Village at Bedford Park. Bring your business home. It's Northwestern basketball presented by Wintrust from Learfield.
At 19 weeks pregnant, I found out my blood was attacking my baby. I'm Ellen, and my team said her only chance at survival was a rare procedure.
Top ranked in Illinois for obstetrics and gynecology by U.S. News and World Report, the team at Northwestern Maternal Fetal Medicine Clinic treats high-risk pregnancies from across Chicagoland. They performed an unprecedented 5 in utero blood transfusions to ensure Ellen and her baby had a compatible blood type.
Today, my baby is healthy and full of life.
Northwestern Medicine, better.
Are you ready for the ultimate transportation experience? Look no further than Windy City Limousine and Bus Worldwide, an official transportation partner of the Northwestern Wildcats. Our top-of-the-line fleet will cater to your every need. Sit back, relax, and leave the driving to our professional chauffeurs. Whether you're heading to campus, exploring the Windy City, or attending special events, Windy City Limousine has got you covered. Visit WindyCityLimos.com or call us at 866-94-WINDY to book your ride today. Stay windy and go Cats.
Okay, guys, it's halftime.
It's Wildcat Basketball Halftime.
We hope you stay with us for our halftime extravaganza.
Presented by Wintrust, Chicago's bank and official bank of Northwestern Athletics. Northwestern Medicine, relentless in the quest for better health care. Athletico, physical therapy partner of Northwestern Athletics. SeatGeek, official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of Northwestern Athletics. And Odyssey Brands Greek Yogurt and Feta Cheese, preferred Greek Yogurt and Feta Cheese of Northwestern Athletics. Now, here's the voice of the Wildcats, Dave Ennett.
And time for the Northwestern Basketball Halftime Show, presented by the Village of Bedford Park. Bring your business home. Dave Ennett, Billy McKinney, back here in Milwaukee at the MKE tip-off. Halftime, Northwestern a 5-point lead on Georgia Tech, 31-26. The Wildcats got out to an 11-0 lead in this game. Georgia Tech didn't score until McCollum knocked down a three-pointer at the 13:42 mark. Then both teams, rather cold shooting, both at 32% here in the first half. But the Wildcats at least have managed to maintain the lead. Brooks Barnheiser scoring with 5 seconds to go to push the lead back to 5 points here at the half.
Yeah, and Brooks Barnheiser really struggled to shoot from in the first half from the field. Just 2 of 10. But the Cats just 10 of 31 overall. And Coach James mentioned that they just got to get their mojo back, so they need to call Austin Powers in the locker room at halftime and help them find their mojo.
I guess that's it. Well, so far, the early mojo belonged to Nick Martinelli. Scored the first 5 points for the Cats. Jalen Leach leads the Wildcats with 9 points. And Lance Terry leads Georgia Tech with 8. And at halftime, it is 31-26. When the holidays get real, start at Kohl's and Kohls.com, where you'll find amazing deals on everything you need all in one place so you can focus on the moments that matter. Kohl's, where families come first. Halftime, Northwestern 31, Georgia Tech 26. Mark Carmen has more of our Village of Bedford Park halftime report in a moment. This is Northwestern Basketball presented by Wintrust from Learfield.
Odyssey Greek Yogurt and Feta Cheese are produced with 4 generations of our family's expertise and commitment. We start with the best dairy farms providing high-quality milk so you can feel good about what you feed your family. Odyssey Greek Yogurt and Feta Cheese, proud partner of Northwestern Athletics, now available at your local grocer.
Allegra is a full-service marketing company providing customized marketing, printing, mailing, and signage solutions to meet your business goals. Allegra offers a wide variety of creative solutions that are tailored to each business's unique challenges, from printing services and custom signs to mailing services and promotional marketing. Call Allegra in Evanston at 847-864-9797 or visit AllegraMarketingPrint.com to learn more.
Experience the best of downtown Evanston when you stay at the Hilton Orrington. The hotel is undergoing extensive renovations from arrival to guest rooms and meeting space, making it easy to tuck in within the endless blue of Lake Michigan and uncover the scholarly liveliness of collegiate life, along with the distinct authenticity of hyper-local shops, eateries, and cultural arts institutions. Select from a variety of seasonal packages as well as the quad accommodations, ideal for Northwestern University graduates. Visit orringtonevanston.hilton.com to learn more.
Odyssey Greek Yogurt and Feta Cheese are produced with 4 generations of our family's expertise and commitment. We start with the best dairy farms providing high-quality milk so you can feel good about what you feed your family. Odyssey Greek Yogurt and Feta Cheese, proud partner of Northwestern Athletics, now available at your local grocer.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Northwestern University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
We are at the half, 31-26. Northwestern on top of Georgia Tech. Mark Carmen with you in our downtown studios as we get you caught up on the scoreboard. Before we get to that, though, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is ESPN Chicago, WNVP, WTBC, HD2 Chicago, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Out-of-town scores are proudly sponsored by Explore Minnesota. Score a lifetime of memories by planning your dream trip at exploreminnesota.com. One game in the Big Ten has gone final earlier today. Iowa beating New Orleans 104-57. Owen Freeman leading the Hawkeyes with 22 in 19 minutes. Shot 10 of 12 from the field. That's a day to remember. Coming up at 5 o'clock an hour from now, Oregon and Stephen F. Austin. 7 o'clock tip, USC hosting Montana State. Your local action, the University of St. Francis out in Joliet. My guy Ryan Marks, the head coach there. They're playing at UC Riverside. That's an exhibition game. St. Louis and Illinois State. Loyola hosting San Francisco at 5:30. Finals from earlier today, UIC beat Little Rock 77-69 in overtime. Mercer, a winner over Chicago State, 75-63. The Cougars now 0-12 on the year. Come back with a quick conversation with Billy McKinney. Cats up by 5, 31-26. This is Northwestern basketball presented by Learfield.
America has an undeniable, unstoppable energy. At Constellation, our energy matches yours. We're generating electricity 24/7 with hydro, wind, solar, and the nation's largest carbon-free nuclear fleet. Enough clean energy to power 15 million homes today, and a commitment to helping you build a brighter tomorrow. Power on, America. Learn more at constellationenergy.com/poweron.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Physical therapy partner of Northwestern Athletics.
Bob Surratt gets you going weekday mornings at 6 on WGN Radio.
31-26, Cats on top of the Yellow Jackets from Georgia Tech. Let's bring in Billy McKinney. Billy, what did you do when you had a break in the schedule to try to keep yourself sharp?
Stayed in the gym. The gym use was a little different, so there's times that I would go back to my high school, and I was able to get into the gym there and work out as much as possible. I didn't believe in taking breaks. I always wanted to be ready for the next game and try to keep my sharpness.
I mean, I don't think you need to do anything to get Brooks going here, but I'll ask the question. Do you try to free him up or get some easy shots? 2 for 10 in the first half.
No, he just missed shots. This game is going to come down to making shots. Both teams have played really good defense. The Cats were really good on defense in the first half, but their inability to convert off of their turnovers was an issue. And just missing some good open shots is one of the reasons they only shot 32% in the first half. So as this game winds down, you saw Georgia Tech get back in the game because they started making shots. The Cats just have to make their shots, and they'll be fine.
Nick Martinelli's 2 for 3 from that three-point line, Billy. If he adds that to his game, that's a real dangerous player.
Well, he had it going earlier in the season, and then he missed a couple, and then he got to the point where he didn't trust it, and he returned to trying to just score inside and maybe force the action. You've got to learn as an offensive player to take what the defense gives you. And that's why you work on so many different parts of your game. Like Barnheiser, one of the things that he's done that I'm really proud of in the offseason, he's worked on his ball handling, and he can create shots off the dribble much better.
Billy, have a great second half.
All right, good to talk to you, Mark.
Always, Billy. 31-26, Cats by 5. Dave and Billy coming on back here. This is Northwestern Basketball from Wintrust, presented by Learfield.
Are you ready for the ultimate transportation experience? Look no further than Windy City Limousine and Bus Worldwide, an official transportation partner of the Northwestern Wildcats. Our top-of-the-line fleet will cater to your every need. Sit back, relax, and leave the driving to our professional chauffeurs. Whether you're heading to campus, exploring the Windy City, or attending special events, Windy City Limousine has got you covered. Visit WindyCityLimos.com or call us at 866-94-WINDY to book your ride today. Stay windy and go Cats.
With the Northwestern Wildcats debit card from Wintrust Community Banks, you're ready for every season. Football, basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, lacrosse, tennis, fencing, field hockey, wrestling, golf, soccer, cross country, and swimming and diving. Phew. Be purple and proud all year round with your very own Wildcats debit card. Open a Northwestern Wildcats checking account and score a $300 opening bonus with qualifying activities. Visit wintrust.com/Northwestern to get your Wildcats card today. Wintrust, Chicago's bank. Only $100 required to open. No minimum monthly balance or maintenance fees. Member FDIC.
Northwestern fans, come hang out at Jake Melnick's Corner Tap, Chicago's favorite sports bar. A place that has something for everyone, including students. Show your valid student ID to get 15% off your bill and enjoy everything from great burgers, award-winning wings, and a wide selection of craft beer and cocktails. Can't make it to Jake's but looking for game day fuel? Head to JakeMelnicks.com for takeout and delivery options. Jake Melnick's Corner Tap at 41 East Superior Street. Come join us. We know you're a fan, but is Wildcat pride in your blood? Here's your chance to prove it. This season, Abbott and the Big Ten are kicking off the largest blood donation competition of our lifetime to fight one of the worst blood shortages in a generation. Simply visit bigten.org/Abbott to sign up for the We Give blood drive and help settle once and for all that Northwestern gives the most spirit. Again, visit bigten.org/Abbott to sign up.
Here's how the scoring went in the first half for the Wildcats. Jalen Leach leads all scorers with 9 points, 8 for Nick Martinelli, 7 for Brooks Barnheiser, 3 points for Ty Berry, 2 each for Justin Mullins and Luke Hunger. The Wildcats shot 32%, 10 of 31, 42% from three-point range, 5 of 12, 75%, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. They were out-rebounded 22-18. They had 8 assists, 5 turnovers, 2 blocks, and 3 steals. For Georgia Tech, leading scorer Lance Terry with 8. After that, 4 points for Bai Dongo and for Luke O'Brien, 3 each for Nathan George and Javion McCollum, and 2 points each for Ryan Mutombo and Jaden Mustaf. Georgia Tech shot 32%, 9 of 28, 31% from 3, 4 of 13. They were a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. That was all O'Brien. The Yellow Jackets, 5 assists, 10 turnovers, 1 block or 2 blocks, and 1 steal. Those are your energizing highlights of the first half, powered by Constellation. To learn more, visit constellation.com/energy. Constellation, the preferred energy provider for Northwestern University athletics. Would you like to be able to listen to us while synced up to your TV in the comfort of your own home? Go to syncmygame.com. That's syncmygame.com to find out how. Today's official game sponsor is United Airlines, proud to fly the Northwestern Wildcats. This has been the Northwestern Basketball Halftime Show presented by the Village of Bedford Park. Bring your business home. All right, Billy McKinney, the Wildcats once up by 12 or up by 5 as we start the second half. Georgia Tech with the ball first.
And now they need to sync their game here in the second half with their great defense and start knocking down some shots.
I like the way you put it all together. Georgia Tech goes left to right here in the second half. And it's Terry giving it off to Dongo and back to George. George sends it into the corner. A 3 from there is no good. Rebounded by Matthew Nicholson as O'Brien missed from the left corner. And Leach will bring it up for the Cats. Jalen Leach to the right wing with George on him. Brings it around to the top. Leach will take a straight on 3. It's no good. With rebound, Dongo for Georgia Tech. And here they come. George pull up 15-footer. That won't go. Tipped up by Mustaf. No. He saves it inbounds back to O'Brien. And it trickles back to George out between the rings. Leaves it there for Terry. Moving to his left. Now drives on Leach. Gets inside. Puts up the layup. No good. Rebound Nicholson.
Missed that one. There. Yeah, missed that one point blank.
Well, Leach was pestering him, I think. Here's Barnheiser out to Martinelli. Drives the right baseline. The shot up. No good. Usually makes those, and the rebound, Mustaf for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, another one of those makeable shots. That's when sometimes you'd like to see him just go in and just throw it down over the defense.
Now a straight on 3. No good by George. Another rebound for Nicholson. And Barnheiser brings it down for the Cats. Up by 5. Opening moments, second half. Barnheiser with his back to the basket. Feeds it to Leach. A pump fake left. Passes back to the right. With a bounce to Barnheiser, fade away in the lane, off the rim, no good. And a foul called on the floor on Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Dongo just riding Matthew Nicholson out of bounds. As if he was at Arlington Park Racetrack.
So it will be Northwestern ball.
And again, Cats getting some good shots here in the second half and just haven't been able to knock them down.
Second foul on Donegal. Here is Nicholson handing Leach. Curls down the lane, goes up with the left hand, misses the tip dunk by Nicholson. Nicholson slams it down 33-26.
And Leach with a nice look inside, couldn't finish, but there was Nicholson.
Now the lob. George, the catch underneath, a block by Nicholson. But a foul is called in 2 shots coming up for Dongo. That's 3 on Nicholson.
And we always talk about the importance of Matthew Nicholson and anchoring this defense. And right now he has 3 fouls, and Luke Hunger is going to come in here, and he's going to have to be very productive with his play here in the second half to help the Cats keep this lead.
Dongo at the free throw line, 63% free throw shooter. He was 5 of 10 against North Carolina last game. He misses the first. And here comes Hunger for Nicholson.
Justice.
Another one coming here. By the way, Nate Taphorn did a good job filling in for you at Iowa, where he threw in a few justices.
We always say that so that our listening audience knows when there's a questionable foul.
He missed them both, and the rebound Barry.
And the player misses the free throws. That's called justice.
All right, Cats bring it up 7, 17:50 to go, 33-26. Leach to Barry, with George guarding him closely. A wraparound bounce to Hunger, and up top, Leach open for 3. Good! What a big shot by Jalen Leach, and the Wildcats are up 10. 17:35 to go. It's 36-26.
And Terry backed off and just dared him to take the shot.
Now at the other end, Mustaf drives in, missed a layup, rebound Barry. Second half is starting like the first half did for Georgia Tech. They haven't scored yet. Here is Barnheiser to Leach, another 3. This one's no good. Rebound tipped around, and Martinelli fighting for it. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats.
Great hustle by Nick Martinelli coming in from the weak side as he and Luke Hunger battling for the offensive rebound, and Nick just sneaks in and gets his hands on it. Cats maintain possession.
Dongo goes out, and so does George. Matumbo is in. Inbounds pass will go to Hunger at the 3-point line, where he'll hand it back to Leach, who bobbles it, but picks it back up. Starts his dribble. Leach into the paint. Step back jumper. No. Rebound tipped by Hunger, controlled by Barnheiser. Fresh shot clock here for the Cats. Here's Barnheiser against O'Brien. The drop step. Now he backs in, drops it off in the lane. Martinelli shot rattles home from Brooks Barnheiser. And the Cats have come out and scored the first 7 points of the second half. And they lead at 38-26. Timeout, Damon Stoudemire and Georgia Tech with 16:42 to go. Chicagoland, for premium apparel and promotional products, look no further than IAS Branding, proud partner of Northwestern Athletics, the industry standard in corporate, athletic, and event merchandise. IAS Branding is your one-stop solution to bring your brand to life. Visit IASbranding.com to learn more. Northwestern leads Georgia Tech 38-26. 16:42 to go, second half. It's Northwestern basketball presented by Wintrust from Learfield.
Looking for a fast break out of traffic? Hop on board Metra and say goodbye to gridlock. With our 95% on time rate, Metra gets you where you're going fast. Metra Fast. Plus, we have fares and passes for every kind of rider. So whether you're heading to work, home, or even to cheer on your favorite team, we're your #1 choice for getting there quickly, comfortably, and safely. Drive less. Do more with Metra, a proud sponsor of Northwestern men's basketball.
Hey, Wildcat fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Northwestern football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Northwestern Wildcats. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Now, let's get you back to Wildcat basketball. Here's the voice of the Cats, Dave Ennett.
Need new Northwestern gear? Shop for the official team store of Northwestern Athletics, Game Day Spirit, at their location on Central Street in Evanston, or online 24/7 at shop.nusports.com. Nick Martinelli's jumper puts him into double figures for the 10th time in 11 games this year and gives the Wildcats a 10-point lead, a 12-point lead, make that 38-26, matching their largest lead of the game. And the Cats, who started the first half by scoring the first 11 points, have scored the first 7 here in the second half.
Getting off to good starts, and it helped them preserve that lead going into the half. But now they need to finish this half off with a solid 20 minutes of play, keep the defense locked down, and continue to build upon this lead.
Georgia Tech here in the second half so far, 0 for 6 shooting. Cats are 3 for 9, but they've been able to build their lead.
And now we go on to the next episode.
Martinelli, Barnheiser, Berry, Leach, and Hunger for the Wildcats. Terry will inbound right sideline for Georgia Tech after the Yellow Jacket timeout. Here's Mustaf high on the right side. Barnheiser on him. He holds and looks. Gives it off to Mutombo. Mutombo moving right. Hands to Terry. Terry against Martinelli. It's back behind the arc. Picks up his dribble. Feeds it off to McCollum. McCollum angles a pass into Mutombo. He puts it up and in, and a foul call. And Mutombo camped out on the left block, and nice pass from McCollum.
Yeah, and that's where you miss the presence of Matthew Nicholson, because he has the ability with his length to impact that pass and the shot. Luke Hunger couldn't get off his feet quick enough, and there's an opportunity for a three-point play here.
Mutombo at the line for the first time. That one in and out, and the rebound tipped out of bounds by Georgia Tech. It'll be Northwestern's ball. Okay, don't you want to say it?
Justice.
38-28, the lead down to 10. Backcourt pressure for the second time today for Georgia Tech, and now they will back off defensively as Leach works it across that Milwaukee Bucks logo at midcourt. Ahead to Hunger, and his bounce pass kicked out of bounds by Mutombo. The foul, by the way, on Luke Hunger, his second foul, and the second team foul.
Speaking of the logo, which they reworked when I was here, and it's a much better looking logo than the green and red that reminded people of Christmas.
There's Leach in the lane, gets tripped and fouled. He hits the deck hard.
Lost a shoe. Either that or he shook himself out of his shoes that time, Dave.
Could have been. Mustaf the foul. That's his second team foul. And we'll take a moment here as Jalen will reboot, so to speak. And Cats will take it out on the baseline. He will be the trigger man. Terry guarding, goes into Hunger, fakes the handoff back to Leach. Now he will give it to him beyond the three-point line. Fakes the three, drives in, kicks it to Martinelli. Up top, Barnheiser for three. Good! Brooks Barnheiser. What great ball movement. Leach to Martinelli in traffic, out to a wide-open Barnheiser. It's 41-28.
And that's the ball movement that enabled them to get a 12, 13-point lead in the first half.
Here's McCollum down the lane, out to Terry for three. It's short. Rebound, Barnheiser. Cats have their largest lead, 13 at the end of the break. Leach, layup, good. 43-28, the Cats up by 15.
Another great pass from Brooks Barnheiser on the run as Leach filled the right lane for the layup.
Barnheiser, a couple of assists, and they've both been really pretty. Now in traffic, a foul on Leach, fouling Mustaf. Third foul on Jalen Leach. We have a timeout with 15-14 to go here in Milwaukee. Minnesota has thousands of trails for cross-country skiing, fat biking, snowshoeing, and snowmobiling. Minnesota's cross-country skiing trails offer more miles of skiing than a trek from St. Paul to the West Coast and offer 22,000 miles of groomed trails for snowmobiling. Learn more at exploreminnesota.com. Northwestern leads Georgia Tech 43-28. 15-14 to go. Second half is Northwestern basketball presented by Wintrust from Learfield.
Bud Light was brewed to be a delicious and easy-to-drink beer, even when the little things in life are hard, like when the game is going into overtime, but you have even more time to enjoy it. And a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end January 2nd. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Wildcats fans, score a basket for your taste buds on game days with Odyssey Brands Greek yogurt and feta cheese made by 4 generations of master cheesemakers and available at your local grocer. Cats have outscored Georgia Tech 12-2 in the opening 4 minutes and 46 seconds here in the second half. It is 43-28 Northwestern, 15-14 remaining.
And with this extended timeout that's being taken, you can imagine that Chris Collins is telling his team to not lose focus right now, to keep the pressure on Georgia Tech, keep moving the basketball, taking the good shots, and continuing to play the terrific defense that they've played thus far in the second half and for the entire game.
Wildcats here in the second half have brought that shooting percentage up to shooting 46% this half, including a pair of threes, and Georgia Tech shooting just 12% since halftime. 1 for 8. And the turnover count now 10-5 in favor of Northwestern. They've got the 5. Just to clarify. All right, Georgia Tech ball.
And coming out of this timeout, if you're Northwestern, you're thinking one more stop here. Let's try to break them and get this lead. Make a stop and get up to 17-point, get up to a 17-point lead.
Mullins in for the Wildcats. Inbounds pass go to McCollum. Circles left. Gets it inside Mutombo for a dunk.
Way too easy. Nice find inside that time. And McCollum, a bullet pass that sliced through the defense. Looked like a quarterback's passing in traffic.
Now Hunger will try a 3. He missed it. The rebound comes right to Terry. George will bring it up for Georgia Tech. 43-30. Northwestern leads it. And bounce pass bobbled up for grabs. And the Wildcats, I believe, come up with it and get a timeout.
Yes.
Yeah, Brooks Bart has a great hustle there to dive with that loose ball. And the Cats use a timeout and will have possession.
Yeah, 2 things. That Brooks Barnheiser pulled the chair out from under Dongo to make him fall down, and then he went after the loose ball and then wisely called the timeout because he didn't want to travel.
So the Wildcats come up with it. That's 11 turnovers now by Georgia Tech. They came in averaging just about 11 turnovers a game. 14:41 remaining here. Wildcats fans, score a basket for your taste buds on game days with Odyssey Brands Greek yogurt and feta cheese made by 4 generations of master cheesemakers and available at your local grocer. First game here in Milwaukee, won by Milwaukee. They used to be Wisconsin Milwaukee. I think now they're just known as Milwaukee. 100-81 over Akron.
Yeah, the Panthers.
Later, Loyola and San Francisco in the third game of this triple header. Cats with the ball. Barnheiser will bring it up. Across the line with 14:35 to go ahead to Hunger. Hunger pivots, looks for Mullins, fires underneath to a posting Barry, bobbles, catches, put it up, no, and the rebound saved inbounds by Georgia Tech. And here comes George down the right side, cuts left, looks back to the right to McCollum. Mullins on him. Return feed for George between the rings. Now handoff back to George. George driving, kicking, an open 3. Terry missed it. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Hunger. It'll stay with Georgia Tech. 43-30 Northwestern, 14:05 to go. Out of the game goes Terry. In comes Mustaf.
And even with this 13-point leads, these are the kind of sequences that happen, a missed layup by the Cats that could allow this Georgia Tech team a little momentum in trying to get back.
They get the ball into Dongo. He's cut off by Hunger. Heaves it back outside to Mustaf high on the left. Now to McCollum. McCollum moves to his left, picked up by Barry on the switch. Driving, lobs one into Mutombo. And Mullins grabbed it from behind. Mutombo stays on it, and it's tipped and stolen by Barnheiser. Cats have numbers. Barnheiser is fouled on his way in.
Yeah, I knew Brooks once the Cats were able to come up with that steal, and they had numbers. I knew he was going to force the action, force the foul, and get to the charity stripe. Good play by the defensive play by the Cats.
Foul on McCollum. Should be his second. No, it's his first. First on McCollum. Barnheiser at the free throw line. Brooks eyes the rim. Free throw short. A rare miss.
And everything's been, when he's missed shots tonight or this afternoon, they've been short. Is it a result of him not being able to practice a lot this week due to the injuries that he sustained?
Second one up. That one is good. Drew some iron, but dropped through. It's a 14-point Northwestern lead with 13:40 to go. 44-30 over Georgia Tech. Get it into Mutombo. Hands it off to Mustaf. Mustaf played by Martinelli. Drives towards the baseline. They bring a double. Out it goes to George. Shot clock at 10. George against Mullins. Kicks it out. A three in the air is an air ball. Out of bounds to Georgia Tech. Way off the mark.
Yeah, I think the basket moved a little bit. A little windy here in Milwaukee today on the lakefront, darn near.
Martinelli will inbound. Some backcourt pressure here by Georgia Tech as Martinelli inbounds to Barnheiser. He'll work the ball up against Mustaf. Backs his way across the midcourt line. 13:08 to go. Ahead to Hunger. Hands to Barry for three. Yes! Ty Berry, second three-pointer of the game. It's a 17-point Northwestern lead.
A simple dribble drive, handoff there. Hunger to Berry for the three.
At the other end, three ball, no good. Rebounded by Barnheiser as O'Brien missed. Well, this is, I think, what you're talking about, Billy. A chance to really take control of this game. Fade away in the lane by Barnheiser is short again. Out of the rebound, taken the other way by George. Through traffic, then back out. George now fires it inside to Mutombo. Here comes the double. His shot blocked from behind by Barnheiser, out of bounds.
And terrific transition defense that time by the Cats. They could have given up numbers. Hunger hustles back. Barnheiser hustles back. They build the wall, and then the block from behind by Barnheiser.
Georgia Tech will inbound. McCollum was going to. Instead, he will go out. Mustaf will trigger. Baseline left. Mullins guarding. Feeds it underneath. Ball knocked away and picked up by Hunger. O'Brien, or rather Terry, couldn't handle it. Handoff. Hunger to Mullins. Feeds it right point to Barnheiser. Barnheiser, Hunger top of the key. Heads it back to Brooks. Takes it to the right wing. Now in the lane. A lot of traffic. Stripped of the ball and fouled.
Yeah, he got a break there. He was surrounded by a wall of blue.
He was in no man's land there.
And in the paint, which it could have been a 3 seconds call, but Georgia Tech with the foul bails him out of that situation.
Fourth team foul. Foul called on George, his second. And Barnheiser will inbound. Lobs it to an open Hunger quickly to Martinelli. Nick, played by O'Brien. Stop and go dribble in the lane. Back to the basket. Turns, left hand shot up, no good. Out of bounds to Georgia Tech.
A little short with the jump hook by Martinelli there as we go into a timeout here with 11:55 remaining in the second half.
Ozinga's purpose is to make a positive impact in the community, which is why they are the proud sponsor at the Together Building Better promotion. For every point the Northwestern men's and women's basketball team scores this season, Ozinga will donate $1 to the NU Dance Marathon. Thank you, Ozinga, for your support in this great cause. Northwestern leads Georgia Tech 47-30. 11:55 to go. Second half is Northwestern basketball presented by Wintrust from Learfield.
We love Wildcats, yes we do. We love Northwestern. How about you?
Ooh, yeah, I love the Wildcats.
Prove it. Bet he doesn't even have a Wildcats debit card.
Don't let this happen to you. Open a Northwestern Wildcats checking account from Wintrust Community Banks and get a $300 bonus with qualifying activities and score an exclusive Wildcats debit card. Visit wintrust.com/Northwestern today.
Hey, everyone, I'm getting mine now.
Hey, all right.
Wintrust, the official bank of Northwestern Athletics. Only $100 required to open. No minimum monthly balance or maintenance fees. Member FDIC.
Northwestern fans, come hang out at Jake Melnick's Corner Tap, Chicago's favorite sports bar. A place that has something for everyone, including students. Show your valid student ID to get 15% off your bill and enjoy everything from great burgers, award-winning wings, and a wide selection of craft beer and cocktails. Can't make it to Jake's but looking for game day fuel? Head to JakeMelnicks.com for takeout and delivery options. Jake Melnick's Corner Tap at 41 East Superior Street. Come join us.
For scheduled scores and all things Northwestern athletics, visit nusports.com. Now back to Wildcat basketball. Here's Dave Emmett.
11:55 to go here in Milwaukee. Northwestern with a 47-30 lead over Georgia Tech. The Wildcats have outscored the Yellow Jackets since halftime, 16-4, holding Georgia Tech to 15% shooting, 2 of 13. Wildcats 6 of 16, and 3 threes. 50% from three-point land, 3 out of 6.
And the Yellow Jackets haven't scored in the last 3 minutes and 17 seconds. So the Wildcats defense, once again, has been very solid here as they started the game in that fashion, off to an 11-0 run, and now have a 17-point lead, which they have to continue to build upon or maintain.
Wildcats led in scoring here by Jalen Leach with 14 points, though he has been on the bench with 3 fouls, 3 Wildcats in double figures. Brooks Barnheiser with 11. He's made 3 for 13 shooting, but he finds a way to pile up those points, and he's only 2 rebounds shy of a double-double.
Well, not only the points, but for him, the other stats and helping his team. He's made some beautiful passes there, a couple of blocks, some great steals. So playing an all-around game when you're not shooting the ball well is essential to any player on the floor, and that's one of the things that Brooks does really well, as does Nick Martinelli.
11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals for Brooks Barnheiser. Georgia Tech ball.
I thought I saw him at the concession stand earlier, too.
Probably. Here's George to Terry. I know you were there. Here's George. Terry gets it back. Driving, kicking, diving down the lane. Layup good by O'Brien.
Yeah, good design play out of timeout by Damon Stoudemire, knowing that the Wildcats defense was collapsing, and then the dive in from the weak side by O'Brien for the score.
Foul called off the ball as Martinelli brought it up. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a clock issue. It was not a foul. A clock issue. So the Cats will inbound the ball. Their lead is 15 points, 47-32, 11:27 to go. Barnheiser into Barry. Guarded by George, high on the right side, bouncing for Barnheiser. Out between the rings, circling left. Feeds Mullins. He'll measure a 3, way off the mark. Rebound tipped around and controlled by O'Brien. Nicholson back in for the Cats, playing with 3 fouls. Leach remains on the bench with 3. Here is Mustaf. Drives into traffic. His shot blocked. A foul called, I believe, or was it just yeah, it was Martinelli. That's the first on Nick. And Mustaf will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and Mustaf's dad also played in the NBA, played at the University of Maryland. May he rest in peace. He passed away within the last several weeks.
Mustaf, 81% foul shooter, makes the first one. Here is Leach back in for Mullins. That was the 4th foul on the Cats, by the way. Another free throw attempt coming here for Jaden Mustaf out of Bowie, Maryland, averaging 14 points over the last 4 games. Makes both those free throws. He's got 4 points here today. And it's 47-34, the lead down to 13. Full court pressure here. Martinelli's pass out of bounds, intended for Barnheiser. He could not control it, so the pressure got to the Cats and forced a turnover, and Georgia Tech's got it right back.
Yeah, Barnheiser was looking to advance the ball down the court before he caught it. As a result, it goes off his fingertips.
Terry, the catch, tried to dribble through a double team. Ball knocked away, and the Cats came up with it, but Martinelli was on the baseline, out of bounds. It will stay with Georgia Tech.
Great hustle play. The Cats missed an opportunity there as the ball was dislodged on the right side of the basket. And they're asking for the Lipman mop crew to get a little cleanup work under the basket.
Nicely done with that product placement, Billy. You're right on top of it. It is indeed a Lipman mop. All right. Well, you know Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's true. It's been 9 years here.
Inbounds pass will go to George. Stutter step. Starts to drive on Martinelli. Circles right. Cross-court feed O'Brien. Underhand scoop back to George. Feeds it to the left corner. There's Terry, and out it goes. A three by Mustaf. Good. And the lead's down to 10 with 10:40 to go. 47-37. Here they come again.
Yep. Dribble drive penetration. More pressure here in the backcourt.
Martinelli will bring it up. This time they break the pressure. Martinelli, met by O'Brien. And there is a foul. And two players hit the deck. One is Ty Berry, a hard collision. And also a Georgia Tech player. I'm screened out by the huddle right now. And who is that? That is George coming up. Oh, you just saw a replay.
Ty Berry was pushed into the Georgia Tech player, and they bumped heads.
They're going to go to the monitor on this one.
That should be officials. A foul on the Georgia Tech player.
Well, there was a foul called on Onwuchekwa.
Yes,
but they're going to the monitor and perhaps looking for a flagrant.
Yeah, he just shoved Berry back as Berry was setting a screen, and that caused the reaction. Looked like bowling pins falling down. But boy, anytime you get your head hit in any sport, especially basketball, you got to be concerned about concussions. As one of the Georgia Tech players,
and that's McCollum. He's just come back today.
Yes,
missed the last 4 games. That is a common foul. That's the call. No one gets you closer to college basketball than SiriusXM. Download the SiriusXM app and take your Northwestern Wildcats with you all season long. Tune into Big Ten Radio exclusively on SiriusXM for news, talk, analysis, and more. Straight from your phone, no car required. All right, so the 6th team foul on the Yellow Jackets. Ty staying in. Apparently he's okay.
Yeah, and he was looked like he was still feeling his melon during the timeout. Make sure all of his hair was there. I can recall that happening, pump faking Charlie Chris once and getting a nice chunk out of the right side of my afro and getting 8 stitches in my head after a game. And a shot, which didn't feel good.
Well, this is an extended timeout here.
Well, I think there might be some blood on the floor at half court. A little.
Jeff Tanaka, the Wildcat athletic trainer, is out there with a towel and looking around on the court.
Not getting a little TV time. That's what he's doing. That's why it's not working so quickly.
Jeff, a good guy, does a great job for the Cats.
Yeah, he's really done a terrific job of managing the injuries this year, along with the strength and conditioning coach. When these things happen, they have to work together to keep these players on the floor and get them ready to play.
10:26 to go, 10-point Northwestern lead. As the Yellow Jackets are on a 7-0 run here. Jalen Leach lobs one, almost gets away. It's retrieved by Barnheiser. Trying to hold off the defender, gets inside, scoops it up, and scores.
What a play by
Barnheiser. First to shake the defender, and then the scoop shot under the basket, and that 7-0 run. It's 49-37. 13 for Brooks. The other end, Mustaf. Skip pass near side to Terry. Up top, McCollum. And the pass bobbled by Dongo on the right baseline. Gets it back to Terry. Barry on him. Terry on Barry. Terry a three. No good. Rebound. Volleyballed around. Controlled by Barnheiser. Cats bring it down. Up by 12. And Barnheiser with his back to the basket. His defender McCollum fell down. He keeps the dribble alive. Feeds it to Leach. Leach hands to Barry. Thought about the three. Kicks to Barnheiser. Shot clock now down to 12. Brooks on the dribble with his back to the basket. And a foul. And that's going to be 7 on Georgia Tech.
Yeah, McCollum that time trying to keep Barnheiser out of the paint as he was mismatched on the right wing right in front of the Cats bench. And Brooks started to back him in to the torture chamber.
So Brooks at the line where he is 3 for 4. Free throw up and good. So after the lead had been cut to 10, Brooks a chance to make it a 14-point lead here with 9.5 remaining. Barnheiser eyes the rim. Free throw in and out. Rebound Dongo for Georgia Tech. Mustaf will bring it up. Leaves it for McCollum. Picked up by Leach as he crosses into the front court. Off to Dongo at the three-point line. Handoff right side. There's Terry. Terry with Martinelli on it. Steps back behind the arc. Gets it back from Dongo and takes a straight on three. It's way off the mark. And the rebound scooped up off the floor by Barnheiser.
And that's why insurance rates are so high in Milwaukee after that shot.
Yeah, turnaround jumper in the lane. Good for Barnheiser. And the Cats are up 15, 52-37.
Brooks Barnheiser behind the back, spin move, fade away. Nothing but net.
And now it's steal by Barry. Lead past Martinelli. Cats have numbers. Martinelli layup good. And the lead just like that is back to 17. 54-37 with 8:38 to go.
And again, Cats with good defense and now converting in transition, taking advantage over those points off of turnovers.
Cullen behind the back dribble, gets into the paint, spins to his right, feeds it right baseline. Dongo against Nicholson. Dongo back out, tipped by Barry. And Nicholson comes up with it ahead to Barnheiser. Barnheiser goes up for the shot. It's blocked out of bounds.
Yeah, Terry timed that one perfectly, or was that O'Brien really timed that perfectly? Yes.
Yeah, that was Terry who blocked that out of bounds.
Yeah, Barnheiser slowed down, hesitated a little bit, and tried the little floater. But again, the Cats and Ty Berry coming up with a great deflection to force another turnover by Georgia Tech.
Duncan Powell back in, but Tumbo back in. Leach to inbound, 8:15 to go, gets it into Barry under the basket. His shot hit the bottom of the rim, rebounded by Mutombo. And McCollum will bring it down. Played by Martinelli. Out to George, fakes the three, drives in, puts up the runner, missed it. Rebound Nicholson. And Barnheiser will bring it up.
Yeah, and the Cats slowing the ball down now, knowing that they have a sizable lead, just need to work the clock and continue to run their offense patiently.
They've matched their largest lead at 17 points. Here's Nicholson, foul line left. Matthew hands to Barry. He'll take it and put up a three. Good. Ty Barry, three-pointer. 201st of his career. And the Cats go up by 20 with 7:38 to go. Northwestern 57, Georgia Tech 37. This is Northwestern basketball presented by Wintrust from Learfield.
Our patient Mike had blood clots deep in his lungs that were putting his heart under major duress. Using a minimally invasive procedure pioneered by our team, we were able to clear them.
Top ranked in Illinois for heart and vascular by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Memorial Hospital used tiny balloons to widen the vessels in his lungs, the first in Illinois to master this breakthrough method.
As Mike's nurse, I'm proud to have helped him breathe freely again.
Northwestern Medicine, better.
The EPA says the air in our homes is more polluted than the air outside. This is Tonya Corey of Green Tea Services Air Duct Cleaning. Our expert crews clean your intakes, returns, and furnace, so your indoor air is fresh and clean. Call now for our $97 air duct cleaning special, only $97. Call for details. 800-5-GREEN-T.
Green Tea Services, service to a green tea. 800-5-GREEN-T.
Or visit greenteaservices.com.
57-37. The Wildcats on a 10-0 run have broken it wide open here in Milwaukee. Let's get a check of other scores for Mark Harmon back in our studios. Mark?
Iowa beat New Orleans, Dave, 104-57. Coming up in the Big Ten, Stephen F. Austin in Oregon, USC hosting Montana State. Local action, Illinois State leading St. Louis 38-21, 3 minutes before the end of the first half there. Loyola and San Francisco tipping off at 5:30. UIC a winner earlier today. Chicago State fell to Mercer. Guys.
All right, thank you, Mark. Here it is, a 20-point Northwestern lead, which right now would be the second largest margin of victory for the Wildcats this year. Their biggest was their win to start the season over Lehigh, 90-46. And I mentioned this to Chris Collins. I don't know how you read results of other games, Billy, but if you remember, the Cats had a double-digit lead at Dayton, ended up losing that game, a tough one, lost by 5, but they were right there. They suffered a heartbreaker of a loss at Iowa. They obviously beat Illinois. You look at what these teams have done. Illinois took the number one team right down to the last play of the game yesterday. Dayton came from 13 down to beat Marquette yesterday. Iowa took number 3 Iowa State right down to the wire the other night. So there has to be some sort of measuring stick there for your team, right? When you're playing, and as Chris said, they're playing a good schedule.
And that's, again, that sets you up for Big Ten play, which is tough. The 20 round fight that begins.
Yep. Here's a pass into the paint, saved by Mutombo. Jump hook is good by Mutombo.
Really good hands.
Got some hands on that one. That ends that 10-0 run. 57-39 Northwestern with 7:15 to go.
And Dave, when you're talking about that 20-point deficit, you know that Georgia Tech is bound to make another run at the Cats here before this game is over.
Here is Martinelli behind the three-point line against Mutombo. Takes a look up. Now he shovels underneath Nicholson for a dunk. A wraparound feed from Martinelli. Mutombo lost sight of him. He was taking care of Martinelli. It's 59-39, and now a block at the other end. Barnheiser blocks Mutombo. Cats come away with it. Leach drops it off Berry. Left-hand layup, good.
Cats defense on display with the block and getting out in transition.
61-39, I was going to say. Now at the other end, here's George. Cross-court feed McCollum. Out of the right, Terry. Turns to his left, goes up with the left hand, and he scores.
20-point lead, and the Cats that time electing not to foul once Terry got into the paint and got back past the defense. A smart play.
61-41, the Wildcat lead. Here's Martinelli. 3-point land, right side. Brings it around to the top. Mutombo takes him as they switch. Now against Mutombo, put up a 15-footer straight on good. 63-41, Nick Martinelli with 14. Cats have 4 in double figures.
And that's what Mark Harmon and I were talking about with Martinelli, just taking what the defense gives you. And that time it was the mid-range jump shot.
There's George to the left baseline, feeds it back out to Mutombo against Nicholson, shoots over Matthew with a little baby hook. It scores. Mutombo, tell you what, he's given them some decent minutes here.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. 10 points, 6 rebounds, a couple of blocks.
For a guy who hasn't played since transferring, here's Martinelli. Left side of the lane, short jumper, good. Nick Martinelli now with 16. Nick has topped the 20-point mark 6 times in the first 10 games. Might do it again here. Here is George bouncing low for Mutombo, and it is deflected out by the Cats. Here's Hunger for Nicholson. Matthew, 4.7 rebounds.
3 assists. Made some nice passes today.
All right, Georgia Tech will inbound. They're going to George, on the right side. Leach on him. Pump fake. Back to his right to Mustaf. Return feed George jump pass underneath. There's Terry. Goes up for a layup.
Yeah, nice back cut by Terry. A good movement without the basketball.
It's all by himself. Martinelli brings it down. 20-point Northwestern lead. 4:44 left. Luke Hunger hands it off to Barnheiser. Brooks weaves his way into the paint. Puts up a fadeaway 15-footer. Good. Well, he found his shooting touch eventually. You knew it was going to come. Brooks with a double-double here today. Now at the other end, Mutombo no-look feed from the right. Three-pointer is good for Duncan Powell, who was 2 for 17 from three before that one. 67-48 Northwestern, 4:13 to go. Martinelli to Hunger at the top of the key. Looks around, drives right of the lane. Now pulls it back out, gives to Leach. He'll shoot over Mutombo and drills the mid-range jumper. 69-48.
16 for Leach, and he's just such a solid player. What a nice pickup for the Cats in the offseason.
Now another three-pointer. Where's this coming from? All of a sudden, Powell hits 2 in a row from three. 69-51.
She said 2 of 17. It's bound
2 of 17.
Bound to even up.
If you can shoot to begin with.
If you keep shooting, that's right.
There's Hunger at the top. Speeding Leach. He'll try a three. And that's no good. Rebound Powell. Powell, a two-time transfer. Started at North Carolina A&T, then Sacramento State. And at the other end, a foul on Martinelli. 3:15 remaining here, and we get our final timeout. It's Northwestern 69, Georgia Tech 51. It's Northwestern basketball presented by Wintrust from Learfield.
From sledding in town to trying something new, we're going ice climbing! Minnesota winters offer endless outdoor adventures. Discover what makes Minnesota the star of the North at exploreminnesota.com.
A sustainable future starts now. And at Constellation, we've already begun. We're generating nearly 90% carbon-free power, including emission-free and reliable nuclear energy that's always on. And we're committed to producing 100% carbon-free electricity by 2040. Together, we're creating a brighter tomorrow today. Power on, America. Learn more at constellationenergy.com/poweron.
This winter, come see what being ranked the #1 state in public art spending looks like. Experience world-class performances and legendary venues. Learn more at exploreminnesota.com.
The Lippman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Lippman has the best tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are family made in the USA. Visit Lippman.com to see our product lineup and for a store locator. Between traffic and parking, family outings can be stressful. Metra gets you to the fun fast for less. With a 95% on-time rate and affordable fares, you could save time and money when you hop on board. Metra, a proud sponsor of Northwestern men's basketball. 69-51 Northwestern. 3:15 to go here at Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. Wildcats looking to make it to back-to-back wins and improve to 8-3 and 7-2 in non-conference games. You know, that 1-1 Big Ten record is pretty much the norm in the conference after the December round of conference games. Of the 18 teams in the Big Ten, 12 are 1-1. And the Wildcats are glad to be. If you're in that group, you're fine.
Yeah, we're talking about. We were talking about that with Stephen Bardo prior to the game about just how tough the Big Ten conference is, and how the teams just beat each other up during a year and then going to the NCAA. But it's providing you that foundation for getting ready for that tough play and preparing for postseason play. Again, these games in December, as Chris Collins have talked about, so crucial to win in order to try to get back to the tournament for the third consecutive year.
Georgia Tech inbounds the ball, driving in and drawing the foul is Terry. He took it right into the teeth of the Wildcat defense. Hunger picks up his third, and that's going to be the sixth team foul. 2 shots here for Terry, and Nicholson's going to come back.
And I'm not sure what Hunger did there. He kept his position. Unless he was inside the restricted arc, I thought that could have been an offensive foul.
Free throw, no good by Terry.
Justice.
Here's Nicholson for Hunger. Terry, 83% free throw shooter. Georgia Tech as a team today, 6 out of 10, which is right around their season percentage. Second one up and good for Terry, who's got 13 points. 69-52, the Northwestern lead with 3:11 to go in the game.
Yeah, and a couple of those bombs by Terry that he were well outside the three-point arc of the NBA.
Yeah, that got them back in the game where they were only down by 5 at halftime. Remember, they cut a 12-point deficit to 3 late in the first half. Cats came out and blew it open to start the second half. Here's Martinelli wide on the right with 6 to shoot. Backs his way in into the paint. Drops it off to Barnheiser, cutting in from the weak side. Missed the layup. Nicholson missed the follow. Rebounded by Powell for Georgia Tech. And Darian Sutton, 6'8 freshman, in for the Yellow Jackets. 2.5 left. Here is Terry driving hard. High off the window over Nicholson's outstretched arm. He scores. And it's 69-54, 2:20 remaining.
Yeah, 15 points on the afternoon for Terry, who's played really well for this team.
25 against Central Arkansas. Here is Barnheiser, standing dribble out in front with Mustaf poking at the ball. Spins to his right, gets inside, and there's a foul called. Georgia Tech has a game at home Wednesday in Atlanta against Maryland, Baltimore County. And then next Saturday, they play an ACC game with the Duke Blue Devils. Barnheiser at the line. Free throw up and good for Brooks. Brooks Barnheiser today, 19 points, 10 rebounds. It's his 4th double-double of the year, 16th of his career. Second free throw is short. Rebounded by Powell, off to Mustaf, 1:55 remaining. And here's a steal by Martinelli. Cats have numbers. Barnheiser at the end of the break. He gets fouled. Almost runs into the standard under the basket. He'll go right back to the free throw line.
He's fouled by Mustaf. And one of the things Barnheiser was going to go in with the one-hand dunk. You leave yourself exposed with contact on that play. And Mustaf put a pretty good lick on him that time. But Brooks is stronger than new rope, so probably Mustaf got hurt on that play.
The 4th foul on Mustaf. First free throw good for Brooks Barnheiser. And the second one up, and that one is no good. That's been his pattern today. At the line, 71-54 Northwestern, 1:45 to go. Here's Mustaf down the lane, shot redirected by Nicholson, but a foul called. And that's going to be 4 on Matt. 7th team foul. I think this was a shooting foul. It was. 71-54 Northwestern. Cats will take on DePaul next Saturday at Welsh Ryan Arena at 3 o'clock.
Kind of like these 3 o'clock games. Get home, good time for dinner.
Even from here.
Watch some shows later.
Free throw good by Mustaf.
Or finish hanging Christmas decorations.
You didn't finish yesterday? I talked to you yesterday. You were right in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
The second free throw, good for Mustaf. And the Wildcats lead by 16, 71-55 in the minute 39 to go. Cats are going to improve to 8-3. 2-1 on neutral floors. Jalen Leach burning some clock here as we tick towards the final minute. You can hear Chris Collins' voice echoing through the Fiserv Forum. Wait. Shot clock down to 5. He'll take a 3. In and out. Rebounded by Mutombo. Here is Terry to the other end. Chased by Martinelli, goes down the lane, goes up for the layup, scores. Meantime, Mutombo might have rolled his ankle. He's down, and we have a timeout.
Terry
to his feet.
How about Terry making his way through the paint, cradling the ball like a running back, and then going up and over Matthew Nicholson.
And here comes Mullins in for Nicholson with 59.6 remaining. The lead down to 13 points, 71-58. Wildcats' largest lead has been 22. Right now, Georgia Tech's hit 7 straight shots. Here is Leach. You can hear Chris Collins saying, hold your dribble. 48 seconds to go. There's just about a 30-second differential. Leach at the midcourt logo, the Milwaukee Bucks. 38 seconds to go. Gets a screen from Barnheiser. Leach driving on Mustaf. In the paint, turnaround jumper off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Powell. 27 seconds to go. Shot clock off. Mustaf to the other end. To the rim. Lays it up and in. 71-60. 20 seconds to go. Martinelli brings the ball up. Pressured a bit by Sutton, but the Cats are just going to dribble out the clock. Final seconds winding down here in Milwaukee. This is going to do it. The buzzer sounds. That's it. It's all over, and the Wildcats win. 71-60. The Cats defeat Georgia Tech. A successful trip north of the border as they pick up their 8th win of the year by a score of 71-60. We're going to visit with head coach Chris Collins here courtside in just a moment, I believe. But we're going to talk to Ty Berry first. Ty today with 11 points, one of 4 Wildcats in double figures, as the Cats improve to 8-3 on the year. Back-to-back wins and drop Georgia Tech to 4-6 on the season.
And Ty with those 11 points made 3 3-pointers after we talked about him missing a couple earlier. He got on track, but he did some other things defensively, which he always does in the game. He always contributes defensively. Individual defense, coming up with deflections. Cats defense was really good for a majority of the game, and they ended up winning by 11, but they had as much as a 20-point lead at one point in this ball game.
All right, we're going to get Ty suited up here in just a moment. He's going to join us.
And tell him he can't make us wait. We're going to have to penalize him. Give us some of that NIL money for making us wait,
right.
Ty.
All right, let's bring him in. Dave and Billy upstairs. Ty Berry, 11 points today. Your 200th career 3-point field goal, but I have a hunch that the thing that probably pleased you the most was your defense. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It felt good to be active out there, flying around, and just doing the gritty stuff to help my guys win. I feel like that was a big part of today's victory, all of us.
Ty, what was the difference? You get out to just an absolute great start today. You're up 11-0. You have a 12-point lead. They make the run towards the end of the half. You're up by 5. What was the message at halftime, and how did you build that lead back up after the half?
They went on the run at the end of the first half, so I think the message at half was really just to come out and don't let them stay on that run, to come out and impose our will early. And I feel like after we did that, we kind of broke away.
Are you starting to feel more comfortable with your shooting stroke now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, confidence